2022, I had a habit that was very bad for me. That wanted to be an entrepreneur and get jacked. It was this normal afternoon in 2022, and I did this thing that I hated, that made me stay weak, that made me make no progress in life. So I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling weak, and I know what is about to happen. I say to myself, let me just go to the bed and chill. 20 minutes, then after that, I maybe can go to the gym, I can like try to be productive, work on a business or something. But I go to my bed, I lie there, and I start scrolling on TikTok. That's not the worst thing. I scroll on TikTok, after like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I feel how my eyes starts to close slowly and slowly. And I'm like this, scrolling like this. I'm trying to stay awake because I know if I let my eyes close, 2 hours, boom, just gone like that. I will wake up just confused in 2 hours, and the day is completely destroyed. I'm so tired. Just me like sleeping, it will just be so enjoyable for me. So I can't resist it. I let my eyes close, and like I thought, 2 hours later I wake up, I'm confused, and I think like, is it morning? Is it night? What the fuck happened? Has it only been like 30 minutes or like 3 hours or 10 hours? I look at the clock and it's around 6 p.m. It has been 2 hours. My hair is all messy and I'm just getting up, still tired, confused, and it's time for dinner. I have dinner, eat it like pretty quick, sitting there eating, still like tired. Then rest of the day, usually sometimes I go play basketball, but I think that day I didn't do like any like special. It was just like unproductive for the rest of the day. I was tired, didn't go to the gym, didn't work on a business like I wanted. I had those big dreams to become successful, but my tiredness, my low energy was holding me back so much. And now in 2025, when I have achieved a lot of the things I wanted, I have my dream physique, I'm jacked, I have a business and making progress. I have started making money online, and I have been able to fix my low energy and now be pretty energetic. And that is what I'll go through in this video, how I got strong and how I'm almost never tired throughout the day and can work 10 hours in a day on my business. But first of all, like, why was I even tired before? So I was tired before because a lot of things, a lot of bad habits I used to do that I didn't even know that was causing me to have low energy. It was only now when I have a lot of energy I can look back and say, that is why I had low energy and felt weak. I stayed skinny and I didn't build a lot of muscles from the gym, or I couldn't work on a business, do all these things. Now it's clear for me. I was simply doing a lot of bad habits. So let's start with habit number 1. The first habit was one I changed really quick. I went from having low energy to having a lot of energy, having a clear mind, feeling strong, going to the gym much more, building more muscles pretty fast. Just I think 1-2 months I started feeling the benefits. Back in 2023, I had watched this YouTube video talking about this one food that is really bad for us, that is making us decrease our testosterone. And not only that, I watched like a doctor, 1 hour long video. He was talking about all the downsides of this food: diseases, brain fog, weakness, tiredness, all those things that I didn't want to feel, that I didn't want to experience. So I started trying to quit the food, but it was a bit hard and it took some effort those first months, because all these companies nowadays are putting it every food, making 99% of the world addicted to it. The food I'm talking about is sugar. Like me myself, I used to be a massive like sugar addict. I used to eat McDonald's, eat donuts, drink soda, candy, like all these things. And when I stopped with it, my energy increased so much. I went from being pretty inconsistent with the gym, just go like 2-3 times when I felt like it, to actually start feeling like going to the gym. Of course, discipline is still needed. On those days I didn't feel like going to the gym, but most of the time, maybe if I went to the gym 6 times a week, 5 times I felt like going to the gym. I started working out so much more. and I had like a lot of energy to do hard workouts. Because for me as an entrepreneur, it was so nice because I saved so much time from this. This was the highest ROI thing I did, quitting sugar. Because first of all, my business, I have much more energy, less like brain fog. I can get more done on my business. Don't sit at the desk and just think and just be fucking stupid. I was there, you started working harder and harder. That's the first thing. Then the gym, I could do faster workouts because first of all, I had less rest time. I pushed harder, so I built more muscles in less time. That was this nice thing. So I spent more time working on my business, and I got more muscles. The two things I wanted, and that's so the thing that worked for me to stop was just slowly having it less and less. It took 2 months. It was hard. I needed to put effort, but now for 1 year I haven't taken any sugar, any junk food. That's a big thing of like fixing my diet. Then I did another thing to fix my diet that made me have more energy. It was quitting sugar. Then another thing that I'm making my one-on-one client do. He was also struggling with the same problem actually. When we talked, he said he was inconsistent and diet. He had a bad diet and he was inconsistent. And that is what I hear of most of the entrepreneurs. And the solution to that is pretty simple. Those two things, they are connected. Because because when I had a bad diet, I was inconsistent. When I had a good diet, I became more consistent. Quitting sugar was the first thing I did to fix my diet. The second thing I did was I ate foods that made me like feel stronger. I cut down sugar, then I started adding foods that made me feel stronger, build more muscles, get like more protein for my gains. And that food is amazing. I recommended it to my client and he sent me a text message just like a week ago say how he had been having it to breakfast and how it made him feel more energetic, feel stronger. And I smiled because this food is just overpowered. I recommend it to everyone that asks me for muscle advice. The food I'm talking about is eggs. I started having at least 4 eggs every day a year ago. At the same time, I quit the sugar. Those two things together was powerful to make me have more energy and just get my diet like locked in. Just those two things, no sugar and 4 eggs every day. I like to have them to breakfast, scramble them in some butter, take like 10 minutes to cook. And me as an entrepreneur, I want to have like sharp focus. It's very nice because it's no carbs. It's only like fat and protein, and that make me still have a sharp mind. If I have that for breakfast, let's say at 10 a.m. Let's say I wake up at 6 a.m. I work to like 11 a.m. That is what I usually do. Then I have that breakfast. Then I can work 3 hours more, then go to the gym and still be pretty locked in because I haven't had any carbs. And carbs like rice, potatoes, that's another thing I have noticed make me be tired. So improving the diet is the first habit. No sugar, no junk food, and 4 eggs every day. Then the second thing I did to increase my energy and stop feeling like tired and overworked was a thing Andrew Tate talked about a lot. So when he was popping off in 2022, 2023, he was really recommending going to the gym and being strong and doing push-ups. And he said the reason was a strong body equals a strong mind. And that made sense for me because for me to work out and just build muscles, I need to have I built up a strong mind by forcing myself to go to gym, do the hard workout, go to failure and do all those things. And that's the second habit, working out consistently. Because I've been feeling those benefits. Now when I have more muscles, I'm just like more energetic. And it makes sense for me that like my muscles is helping with that. That I'm like healthy. I have a strong body that make me function well. Back when I was skinny, I bet my body was making me feel tired when I had a weak body. I don't know how to explain this, but it just makes sense that if I have a strong body, I have muscles, I'm strong, I will just like feel stronger, I will have more energy. I'll be able to sit down, work more on my business, have the stamina in me. And yeah, if you're entrepreneur and you don't really want to spend that much time on like working out, being in the gym, 2 hours per week is enough. I made that workout plan in my free community that is made for entrepreneurs with only like 2 hours per week. I can put it here. So save it if you don't have a workout plan, but it is 4 workouts per week, 30 minutes each. Pushing hard, not having that much rest time between sets, and 4 workouts. You will make a lot of muscles with that. I went to the gym like 4 times for months, and I gained a lot of muscles when I did that last year. And the thing that helped me be consistent with the gym was actually following a workout plan, holding myself accountable, knowing Monday I'm gonna train chest, I will start with bench press. Just having that in my notes. Your actionable step is also do that. Write in your notes Monday to until Sunday, every day for the week. Then what days you're gonna work out, with what workout, with what exercise, everything detail like that. Because then, let's say Tuesday, you're gonna do like pull, back and biceps, and if the day goes and you haven't done it, you will feel like a bitch. You will say, what the fuck, why did I do it? Then maybe you get a bit angry and you go to the gym late. But you will use to like keep you, that's something I do to keep myself accountable. But I know some people can struggle with holding themselves accountable, and in those cases having a coach messaging you, yo, you got pulled today, is helpful. That is what my client has told me. He said, if you didn't keep me that accountable, message me, make me send a picture from the gym every workout, I wouldn't have been this consistent. I would probably fall off. Either you hold yourself accountable or you get a coach that holds you accountable. But you need to have that consistency. But that consistency is what has made me build muscles, be more energetic. And now to the last habit. It's a very boring one, and my first ever client, he struggled a lot with this. I remember I talked to him, and one of the biggest problems he had was he was tired. He didn't have the energy to go to the gym because he was doing this bad habit. He had a bad sleep schedule. He was going to bed late, needed to wake up early because he was in like university or something. But it was really hard for him. He didn't I gave him the workout, the diet plan, everything, actionable steps for him, but it was hard for him to follow it because his sleep was just messed up. I tried to give him tips, but sleep, it can be a very big problem, and I myself used to struggle with it a bit. Having really inconsistent sleep. Some nights I could sleep like 8-9 hours, but some used like 6-7 hours. Now I've been consistent with 8 hours for like a long time. Always aim at least 8 hours per night. And the things that has worked for me to fix my sleep was having a night routine. Always 1 hour before I go to bed, I take away my screen. Like if I'm working on my business, I turn off my computer, I set the alarm at my phone for the next day, and then I go to like brush my teeth. I plan the next day. I have like a notebook. I say like when I'm gonna work out, when I'm gonna wake up, what I'm gonna work on in the morning on my business, in the deep work period, when I will have breakfast, when I will go to the gym, everything like that. I go stretch. Then I read the book. Now I'm reading 100 Million Leads of Alex Hormozi. And then I go to bed. So that's the thing, like just having a night routine has helped me. But I think the most important thing is that I'm not having any screen. I have heard Andrew Huberman, like he's a famous neuroscientist, that screen and that like blue light is really disturb the sleep. Even though you fall asleep pretty fast, it's the quality of the sleep. If you hadn't have that phone, you will feel like more rested when you wake up, even though it's the same, like let's say 8 hours. So that's a big difference. Then also another thing that has worked for me is just going to bed same time and wake up at the same time every day. So my current schedule is 9:30. I sleep. I try to fall asleep at that time and then wake up at 5:30. Because now my body has get used to that, and it feels like it gets tired at around 9:30, and maybe it gets a bit more alert at 5:30. Just getting used to that. And another thing I used to do a lot with at summer was getting sunlight in the morning. I heard like getting sunlight in the first like 30 minutes of waking up is very powerful. Now it's winter here. Now it's winter, so it's like dark where I'm living in the morning. But when it gets summer, I'll start doing that again. And I think I've really like felt the benefits of that. Like especially when I woke up like 5 a.m. I could go out. I skipped some rope. I just got my sunlight. I got energy directly, and I could start working on my business. It was very nice, and also like beautiful to just be outside in the morning when it's sunlight. And I always aim for between 8 and 9 hours every day. And if you're sleeping like 6-7 hours, this is the same thing I have recommended to my client, and that is sleep 5 minutes earlier every day. And in that way, in 12 days is 1 hour, in 24 days is 2 hours earlier. But you still like slowly going to bed early. That is what I do when I wanna just do a new habit in general. Do it slowly and slowly. When I wanted to wake up earlier, I went down from 7 a.m. to 6:45, 6:30, did that for a couple of days, and 6:20, 6 a.m., 5:45, 5:30, 5 maybe 5:30. You slowly, my body get used to that. But this was all the bad habits I used to do and how I fixed them. Diet, fix my diet, work out consistently, then sleep at least 8 hours every day. If you're a full-time entrepreneur and you thought this was helpful, you can get a free 1-on-1 coaching call with me in my free community, top link in the description. I'll see you inside. And if you like this video, make sure you watch this one and get jacked, brother. Bah!